How's things looking injury-wise after the weekend?
Well, Emil has got a hamstring strain, so he's having a scan today. So we'll know the extent of the injury, so it could be 2 to 3 weeks. And again, that's a blow because we're down to the bare bones in terms of attacking options at the minute.
And in terms of the lads that missed out on Saturday, any chance of anybody back in time for tomorrow?
No, Zach Clough may make the weekend. Lee Chung Young will be maybe another week to 10 days. Craig Davis is out for a couple of weeks, and then there's long-term injuries in terms of Clayton and Mark Davis. So no, I don't think we'll have anyone fresh in.
Recovery-wise, how big a job have you got there? Because there was clearly a lot of mental and physical effort went into that game at Anfield. How hard is it to get everybody back in decent shape as well?
It's a very good question, because the recovery time is limited. So we'll not train today. We'll just be again in for massage and stretching and that type of stuff, and we'll get them bedded. Try and get them bedded down early tonight. Excuse me, and get as much rest as we possibly can. There's not a lot you can do, Pete, in between. Games like that take a lot out of you, and then there's a subconscious fall as well in terms of they're up there for Anfield under the lights. We've got to try and get them back up to that level again very quickly.
You'll know again as a player how difficult it is to do that.
It is, yeah, no question. And you don't mean to do it, but there just is that natural low after an adrenaline-filled night like that. Where you're playing against one of the best teams in the country. Games live on telly, 40,000 people in there. Everything you want as a footballer. And then and this isn't being disrespectful to Rotherham, we could be playing anyone in the Championship, we'd still have that low afterwards. So, yeah, we've got a job on our hands to get them going again.
In terms of the game, had a chance to look back at the DVD and reflect a little bit?
I haven't, no. I haven't given it I haven't had time, really. I was just watching some cup games yesterday. But we will analyse it, obviously, going forward for the replay. But just very, very pleased with them. And, they're giving us a chance in the second game.
And I guess now you can keep an eye on Liverpool because they've got huge games coming up this week as well.
It was probably an extra game Brandon could have done without, really. Yeah, they've got Chelsea, a huge game for them. And you don't know where they'll be after that. If they get to the final, it could give them a huge shot in the arm. And then the flip side of that is if they don't, then they've got some big games. I don't know who they've got at the weekend, but yeah, it's a huge 5 or 6 weeks for Liverpool in terms of their season. But like I said, you'd rather be in the competitions than not, Pete.
And in terms of your own programme, your next 4 or 5 games, all teams apart from Rotherham, everybody above you.
Yeah, it's a huge month. Is February. We've got Wolves at the end of the month, obviously, and then we're playing the likes of Derby, Watford, Middlesbrough. Teams here in the top 4 or 5. So it's a huge test, and we will endeavour this week to get some bodies in the bolster of the squad because we're going to need that now.
In a way, are you nearer the? You're sort of 10 off the drop, 14 off the playoffs, so you're actually nearer the bottom than
yeah,
the bottom.
So listen, I'm under no illusions that we're not out of the woods just yet. We have games in hand, because we know we can close the gap on the top 6 if we win them, but winning them is the big ask. And it's important that we just make sure that we don't hit a bad run of form and get sucked back into fighting for to avoid relegation.
And in terms of the window, you've been linked with that on the phone quite heavily. Can you give us an update?
Yeah, we're hoping that that'll be concluded this week. He'll not be ready for tomorrow, but we're hoping he'll be ready for the Wolves game. Very pleased if we can get him done. He's a player I've admired for a long time. Got a great goal scoring record at every level. Even in the Premier League, he had 12 and 17 for a team that got relegated. That speaks volumes for me about his goal scoring ability. He's the type of player we need. I need a box player. The amount of chances we create and we don't convert, I think Adam will benefit from that. So if we can get over the line with this one, I'll be absolutely delighted.
Is that a permanent deal or a loan?
No, it'll be a loan to the end of the season.
Yeah. And he'll be from the Northwest, isn't he? So he'll be glad to be coming back to this part of the world.
I think that was the attraction of coming here as well, was to be around his family again. I think there's a bit of a disconnection when he was at Cardiff, so I think he will enjoy being back in the Northwest, and hopefully we'll get the best out of him for that.
And any other news? I mean, Commons again continues to be linked with you. Is that still?
There's nothing in that. I can't, keep answering questions, and there's just speculation. Yeah. We brought in Rocicina from Benfica, 19-year-old, who was a player of the tournament in the Champions League youth competition last year. He looks about 12. So we're hoping he'll settle in quickly because we feel he's got a lot to offer. We're pleased about that. And then we're definitely looking to bolster the squad this week.
And just talk us through that deal. Is that a permanent? Or
No, it's just a loan again from Benfica. So we're very grateful to Benfica for, lending us the player and giving him the opportunity to play here.
And what type of player is he?
Number 10. He's very talented. Can beat people. His passing range is fantastic. He's got a goal in him. He's a very creative player, and hopefully he'll come in and thrive here.
And in terms of outgoings, no progress with Lee. You were talking about 1 or 2 inquiries for him last week.
Yeah, there's interest in him, but we've had no contact, no further bids, or not any bids really at the minute. But I would imagine that may change this week.
But if you can hold on to him, you'd love to.
Oh, yeah, you'd love to, yeah. But the problem is he's out of contract, and this cup run might help. But we don't want players to run out the contracts and walk away for nothing. If we can get money in for them, if they're not going to stay here, then we'll do that, or we'll endeavour to do it anyway.